Bad Times at the El Royale is directed by Drew Goddard and it stars Jeff Bridges, John Hamm, Dakota Johnson, and Chris Hemsworth. What is going on, everybody? My name is Josh. Welcome to my channel. I'm about to give you my 2-cent review on the 2018 film Bad Times at the El Royale. Now let's get started with the synopsis, and I'm gonna just basically go off of the IMDb page's synopsis because this movie is very hard to tell you what the story is without giving any solid spoilers. So let's get started with the story. So basically it's about 7 strangers. They all have a secret that they're trying to bury, but they all meet at this this hotel called the El Royale, which actually is set smack dab in the middle between California and Nevada. So there's 2 different sides to the hotel itself, which is a little interesting. It was a little kind of a nice little quirky plot twist to the movie. But they're at this rundown hotel that also has its own dark secrets. And over the course of an entire night, this movie takes place over one night, everyone has one shot at redemption before everything goes straight to hell. Now, that's the IMDb page synopsis for the film. That's the best thing I'm going to give you guys until you guys actually watch the movie yourself. Now, this is one of those movies that actually didn't get a whole lot of publicity for. I don't know why. I personally thought this was a phenomenal movie. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it turned out to be. I'm a big fan of Drew Goddard. He has written films like The Martian. This is his second directorial effort. His first being The Cabin in the Woods that he wrote with Joss Whedon. And I love The Cabin in the Woods. I thought that was a very, very good film. Now, Bad Times at the El Royale is his sophomore effort. I think he did great at this. And I love movies that take place at a hotel because it tends to be a psychological type of thriller. They definitely tend to be a little bit more different. And it's kind of, again, a lot of ways this movie kind of tries to play the whodunit kind of thing, or who's behind everything. And I like the fact that this movie does have a very unpredictable plot line. It doesn't let you really know what's going on until the very end. And I was scratching my head going, where is this going? And at first I was thinking, man, I hope this has got a satisfying ending, because if it doesn't, this movie's going to go straight from a great review to a go to hell review. So basically, I will start off by saying the plotline is very unpredictable, which I did like. I like the fact that I couldn't really foresee where the whole thing was going to go. The other thing I want to say is the performances in this movie are exceptional. I do love Jeff Bridges' performance, Dakota Johnson's performance, John Hamm, and Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth, I will say, he did a very, very good job in this film. I don't want to give away what kind of a character he is, but it was a character I did not expect him to play, and that was all the more reason to give this a great review, because I really liked his character. But I will say he's a douchebag, so I'll just put it that way. But yes, I also thought Dakota Johnson was very, very good. Like I said, Jeff Bridges, John Hamm, Lewis Pullman did a very good job. Everybody in this movie was great to watch, and the fact that this movie was never boring. I thought the directing was phenomenal. I thought it had very good direction. The fact that the movie takes place in 1969, so you got all the great vintage cars and stuff like that in the movie as well, which was really cool to see. But if I was going to go on to any kind of a dislike about the movie, I think that this movie tries to end on on various different notes. Because it gets to a point in the movie where you think it's going to end here, but then it just goes on and goes on, and it's like, oh, okay, all right. I mean, I'm still invested in the movie, but it's like, I don't want to necessarily quote this as a dislike, because it's like, I did like what it was doing because it was trying to give you more plot twists, but it did have a little bit of a pacing issue when it came to that, and I did find just a part of the movie here and there that I was starting to struggle with keeping up with in terms of not being bored. But most of it, I would say about a good 98% of the movie was never boring. I was invested in the whole thing. So the other 2% was kind of boring, but that's very little to say. Another dislike I would say is that this movie is trying maybe a little bit too hard to follow in like the Pulp Fiction storyline. I think it tries to be a little bit like Pulp Fiction. It definitely tries to be a Quentin Tarantino film when it does not need to. So there's a lot of drawn out dialogues moments in the film that, like I said, it would be the 2% range of boring, because it's like sometimes the dialogue does tend to draw itself out when it doesn't need to, but it doesn't overall take away from the full experience. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Drew Goddard. I think he is definitely a great film writer, and he's now a great director. I think he has got the chops to do both, and I have yet been disappointed by any of Drew Goddard's films. And if you don't know what other films he's got, I'll just give you a quick rundown. The first film I ever saw him do or write was the first Cloverfield. I like that film. Obviously, The Cabin in the Woods, The Martian. He did write World War Z. He was one of the co-writers for World War Z. Love that movie as well. So he's yet really to disappoint me on anything he's done. I thought I might have been a little bit disappointed in this movie. I actually came out really enjoying myself. So with that being said, I am definitely going to give Bad Times at the El Royale and add it to your collection. I think this is a movie that will definitely demand multiple viewings, just because I'm not gonna say it's like Inception where you need to watch it like multiple times to get what's going on. You pretty much will get what's going on the whole film with one viewing, but it's one of those movies you'll definitely want to revisit here and there. So definitely add it to your collection. I did, and I am definitely happy that I did. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have more content coming to you soon. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys thought of the Bad Times at the El Royale. And until next time, kick ass, and I'll see you guys later.